Were you able to speak with Bill about Lotus and maybe offer any help in that arena?
No, I waited for his call. I emailed, and told him, give me a call, and I've sat here all day and didn't get a call. So, but I've been, forgive me, I've been exceptionally busy today. So,
no, I get that. Yeah, she was dragged out of her cell. She was beaten by 4 or 5 men, stomped on, broken ribs, broken arm, and she's been denied medical attention for the past 2 weeks. Her arm is totally swollen.
I'm perplexed at why there has not been some citizen come forward and file a federal habeas. That's only a $5 filing fee.
There's been, to my knowledge, there's been 5 habeases filed.
In federal?
There's been in the county and federal, but it's my understanding that the habeas has to be served on the actual place where she's being held.
Yes.
So I don't profess to be.
Whose custody is she in? The sheriff?
She's not where they want her to be. She's in special custody. She's extremely capable on her own, but they're denying her the ability to write things and present them to the court herself. They're trying to get her admitted into a medical facility with forced medication. So we know where that's going.
No. Why? Okay, let me ask another question then. Why haven't 10, 15, 20 supporters got together, come out of their pockets with enough money to hire a lawyer to represent her? A lawyer cannot be stopped from seeing his client.
I'm not directly involved with the case. If I was asked to step forward and help with some type of fiscal aid or time or stand somewhere and just take up space so that it looks like she has supporters, then I'll be perfectly willing to do that. But I'm not involved with her directly. So
okay, I understand. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry to hear this kind of information.
Well, if I might, Paul, with all due respect, I think it's always wrong to give money to a lawyer, a bar member attorney.
Okay, hold on. I do not want to go there because I don't misunderstand me. Paying money to some lawyers is a waste of good money. I agree with that wholeheartedly. But the sad fact of life is that there are some people in some professions who can get results. And the lawyer happens to be one of them.
Right. But we're in a spiritual battle here, Brother Paul, and if the bar member attorney is unwilling to donate his service to the greater glory of God's kingdom on this earth and saving America, then I think we need to take a hard, firm stand on principles.
Now, wait a minute, Charles, wait a minute. Okay, I understand. There are lawyers out here who have made, in their practice, a little bit of money and probably could afford to take on a habeas pro bono, since it's only a $5 filing fee and at most a 3 or 4 day job. The problem is they're not going to be fed with manna from heaven. They have to get out and work for a living. So
we can bring fresh fruits and veggies to their doorstep. We can create an alternative economic system. This is a larger battle that we need to be putting together pieces for. And I do believe that we need to be practicing the alternative methodology of creating a better universe in every single case that's before us.
The only way to secure one's immediate future needs, housing, clothing, things of that nature, is through bartering services in exchange for greenbacks.
We can barter without relying on greenbacks, Paul. That's the very definition of barter.
No, you can't in today's society. It don't work. The old barter system was swapping out 3 heads of cabbages for a dozen ears of corn. That don't get it these days.
Well, with all due respect, Paul, those 3 heads of cabbages was traded for silver coin. And silver coin is real tangible material goods, and that is a form of barter.
Yeah, it is a form of barter. I'll admit, you don't got to exchange for greenbacks. You can exchange for silver or gold.
Well, that's the direction we need to be moving, and I think you're vastly underrating the potential for alternative technologies that are very powerful to blast Lotus Justice out of that prison cell. I think we should be preparing a jury verdict on declaring her innocent and not guilty of whatever crimes is alleged against her. And I think that our process, if that same money you're talking about raising was put in our treasury instead of some bar member at Forked Tongue Attorney's treasury, that we could move forward with stuff that would light a fire under those jackbooted Nazis that would probably cause Lotus Justice to be promptly released.
Well, you still have a problem with a valid enforceable order. I mean, if you walk up, and hand them a order from the Supreme Court of Justice for the Supreme Court of Law from the United States, they're just going to look at you and laugh.
Maybe they got some attorneys in there that actually know how real law works and are under the delusion that America is really a righteous kingdom that is supposed to respect fundamental constitutional principles. Maybe. I don't mean to raise my tone to you, Paul. I'm just suggesting there are other options on the table, and with all due respect, it kind of aggravates me a little bit when you think that the only reasonable pathway, and you're voicing them in our conference, like the only reasonable pathway is to raise money for these Forked Tongue bar member attorneys. I love you like a brother, but that really causes problems for me, Brother Paul.
I can understand, but you have to understand, everybody is here in this life to serve some purpose, and even fork-tongued devils that they are, lawyers do serve a purpose.
I beg to differ on that one. I think the whole planet, it's a franchise from the Roman Empire slave trader civil municipal jurisdiction. In common law jurisdiction, which is where we should be, anybody can bring any complaint at any time. The interests of justice and common law due process demands that precisely, and that's where we need to go. This franchise for bar member attorneys, that's feeding the beast. When you give them money, that's feeding the evil empire. That's feeding the beast. We got to stop feeding the beast.
Well, I think we're getting a bit afield of the original topic.